So hey, today we are going to study about renin, angiotensin, aldosterone system, popularly known as the RAAS. Now, why is this important? It is important in order to increase your blood pressure. This plays a very important role in your survival strategy skills, in the survival strategy skills of the body, because when there is excessive loss of blood or when you meet an accident, God forbid, and your blood pressure is going really low, in order to get back your body on track and help your body perform its functions regularly until you get an aid, until the ambulance comes your way, it is important to keep your blood pressure and maintain your blood pressure. So this is why RAAS plays an important role in your blood pressure. Now we should study what this RAAS exactly is. All right, let's see and let's begin. Imagine a scenario: there's an accident taking place. There's a car which just bumped into the tree adjacent side of the road, and the person, the patient is bleeding profusely. Now, until the ambulance arrives, his body can only save him because hey, we want to live. So there is this special evolved strategy skill called as the RAS, which helps him to survive. Okay, let's see what it is. So since the patient has been into an accident and since he has suffered a lot of blood loss, his blood pressure decreases. Since his blood pressure decreases, a decrease in blood pressure actually releases renin, and renin is released by GG cells. GG is also called as juxtaglomerular apparatus. These are the kind of cells which are present at the starting part of PCT. PCT is proximal convoluted tubule of a nephron. Nephron is the smallest unit of a kidney. After this, GG cells, renin, angiotensin, and aldosterone actually help you to overcome the lost blood pressure. It actually helps to increase the blood pressure, and thereby the patient becomes fine and he returns back home. So this process is called as RAAS. RAAS is very interesting and important to understand at the same time. Before moving on to the RAAS, let us see its components. It has four main components. First is the GG cells or GG apparatus. Juxtaglomerular cells or juxtaglomerular apparatus actually is present, as I said, in the starting point of PCT. When your blood pressure goes low, it is sensed by the GG cells actually. Okay, so when your blood pressure goes low, the blood pressure in the afferent arteriole is less. It is sensed by GG cells and they activate renin. Second part is the aldosterone. Aldosterone is an enzyme secreted by the adrenal gland, to be specific, the adrenal cortex. Third is renin. Renin is a hormone. It is not a hormone, pardon. It is an enzyme which helps you perform RAAS. And fourth is angiotensinogen. Angiotensinogen is a hormone which actually converts angiotensinogen to angiotensin 1, 2, and further activates aldosterone. Let us see in detail in the next slide. Alright, so imagine this. There's this accident happening and the body wants to survive. It moves to the RAAS mechanism. Firstly, the BP goes low. Because of the low BP, the blood pressure in the afferent arteriole is also low. Since the blood pressure is low, it is sensed by the GG cells and GG cells activate. Activation of GG cells give rise to renin, as in it releases renin. Renin is a very intelligent enzyme. What does it do? It converts angiotensinogen to angiotensin. Angiotensinogen first gets converted into angiotensin 1 and further from angiotensin 1 to angiotensin 2. Now, the function of angiotensin 2 is very important as it is the main reason behind which your body actually increases your blood pressure. What does it do? It constricts your arteries. Constriction of arteries take place because of angiotensin 2. Constriction means lessening the volume. So, if the volume of the artery is lessened, your blood pressure will increase. Now it does this in two parts. First is by signaling PCT to absorb NaCl. PCT is proximal convoluted tubule, the starting part of your nephron, and it is actually a part which selectively reabsorbs NaCl. So it signals PCT to absorb NaCl, and we know NaCl is an electrolyte and it increases your blood pressure. Further, the second way through which angiotensin 2 increases your blood pressure is by activating adrenaline. It activates adrenaline to release aldosterone. Now, what does aldosterone do? Aldosterone actually signals DCT. DCT is distal convoluted tubule to absorb Na plus ions. Now that DCT or distal convoluted tubule present at the end of the nephron, it absorbs Na plus, and again it does the same work as it would do in the previous way, which is absorbing Na plus ions and thereby increasing your blood pressure, because electrolytes increase the blood pressure. And this is how this perfectly coordinated system of RAAS actually takes place. Thank you so much, and do let me know if you like this video. And thank you so much for your support. All the best for NEET exam, NEET 2020 coming. Bye bye.